Hello everybody, this is the Anime Bro here, and welcome to day 25 of my anime Christmas list. And today we'll be talking about anime number 1, Jojo's Bizarre Adventure, a story about a family's adventures from one generation to another. Now before this video starts, I just want to say Merry Christmas to all, and also if you really enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe for more videos just like this. And wait until the very end where I announce something big that's going to happen soon. And now, let's get into the video. So the first thing that I want to talk about is the story. Now, just like my anime reviews, I have a good point that I really liked about the story and a bad point that I really didn't like. We're first going to start off with a good point. So a good point that I really liked about the series is that it has a lot of Western music references. Now, to be honest, this is a surprise to me because this is an anime. Normally in anime they would have references to other anime like Dragon Ball Z, One Piece, or Naruto. But in this one there are so many rock references, more specifically Western rock references from, of course, the West. And it's a really cool thing looking for the different references in the show. For example, you can have Notorious B.I.G. be a power. You can have AC/DC be a villain. Or you can even have Killer Queen or Deadly Queen. I kind of get those confused. Be a villain's power. Or have a song be a special reference. Like Another One Bites the Dust. And it's really cool seeing all these different references in this show, which is a Japanese anime. And it's pretty amazing seeing the influence that Western rock has on this story. So a bad point that I have about the story is that it's really hard to get into. Now, I love JoJo's. It is my favorite anime of all time. But even I gotta admit, it's really hard to get someone into it. The first part's not really that good, but basically everything after that is good. And there have been many times where people have dropped the first part and basically never continue, which is kind of sad, but I do get what they mean. Now, for those who don't know what I mean, JoJo's is a show that I really can't compare it to. I can compare Attack on Titan to a whole bunch of shows. I can compare One Piece to a whole bunch of shows. I can compare Naruto to a whole bunch of shows. But I cannot compare JoJo's to anything, honestly. It's its own unique thing, and because of that, it's really hard to push people to watch this. Now, some say it is like Fist of the North Star, but later on, it doesn't really become Fist of the North Star. It really becomes its own thing. And that's basically a bad point. Even though I like it, it's really hard for others to actually get into a show like this. Now what I want to talk about is the main character, which is basically like Isekai Quartet or Yu-Gi-Oh! There's a lot of main characters. And I'm going to be talking about each one, not individually, but all together. And just like the story part, there's a good point that I really liked about them, and a bad point that I really didn't like. And of course, we're going to start off with a good point. So a good point that I really liked about these characters is that they are totally different from each other, which makes them unique in their own way. So I'm just going to basically describe what each character is, and tell you what I like about them. So part 1, we have Joseph, the first JoJo. Now, he is a gentleman. He does everything that's morally right and tries to do the best he can to do the right thing. Second, we have Joseph, who's basically a guy who does whatever he wants and always thinks ahead and tries his best to distract his opponent. And it doesn't matter if it's not honorable in a way, he just finds a way to always win. That's basically what Joseph is. Jotaro is a guy who basically is very cold, or has the appearance of being very cold. He psychs people out mentally by making them think of one way, but instead he is actually thinking of another. If you want to know what I mean, basically watch him versus Darby. It's a really cool fight. Next we got Josuke, who's basically a guy who really cares about his family and doesn't really want honor or glory. He just wants to live a normal life. And he really cares about those who he looks up to and also those that he considers as friends or family. But he's not a good kid. He's a delinquent in a sense, but he's still pretty much a nice guy. And then finally we have Giorno, who is the mafioso who is, I guess, kind of gray in a sense that he does bad things, but he's a good guy. Like, he would steal some money from some people, but then he would go and buy some ice cream for him and a little boy that's nearby. Even though he does bad things, in a moral sense, he's a good guy. And that's basically the summaries I have about these characters. So a bad point that I have about these characters is that they each have their different flaws. Now, just like the good point, I'm going to name their flaws individually. Jonathan is a perfect guy who you can't really relate to. Joseph has an anger problem that honestly kind of gets him in trouble. Jotaro really is rough with everyone. That includes his family, his friends, just anyone he meets. Josuke really likes his hair. Even though it's a good reason to, I think he should chill out sometimes. And Giorno basically does bad things even if it has a good cause, which is okay, but sometimes there should actually be a line. And yeah, that's basically all I have to say about these characters. Now, before I actually end this video, I just want to tell you why this anime is my favorite anime of all time. And I just got one reason for that, and that is, it's very unique. I don't know how to explain it. JoJo's is that one show that basically can't be compared to others. First off, it has a serious story, and for some reason, it's still rewatchable. It has funny moments, but no matter what, it actually doesn't get boring. I can rewatch this show any day of the week. You tell me to rewatch all of it, including part 1, and I will gladly do it. This is one show that I will not only rewatch whole, but even if there's new seasons of this show, I'm looking forward to it. I don't care if they seem bad. I don't care if they're not as hyped as the previous parts. They're still a good show in my opinion. Alright, now for the big announcement. I'm going to be actually releasing a video on anime of this year. And it's going to be a big collaboration with everyone I've hanged out. And basically what we're going to be doing is talking about anime this year, tell our thoughts on it, and just say whatever. And this is going to be a big project. In fact, by the time I release this, I think I should already be done with the video. I'm just waiting to release it on the 31st. And I really hope that you guys are actually looking forward to it. I really did like collaborating with these people this year, and I thought it would be nice to actually collaborate with them one final time this year. And yeah, that's basically the big announcement. I really hope everyone can watch it. Happy holidays to all, and see you guys later. Peace!